What's up, guys? In the works, and yes, we are using my favorite weapon right now, the SPAS 12 with flechette rounds, and a lot of you guys have been asking me to show you some more classes that aren't so serious, because I often show you classes that I think have a tactical edge, that have some sort of value to them, but you know what I love about this class? Is it's just fun. I mean, it's just as simple as that. It's a fun class to use. There's no thrills. There's thrills, but there's no frills. I don't know. It's definitely a fun class to use. I just enjoy using it. It does get the job done. It rewards you with being accurate. A lot of people cry that the SPAS 12 is overpowered with flechette rounds. I disagree. I think that it's perfectly balanced. It fits right into Battlefield 3. I mean, it basically, if you're on target with your rounds, if you get a good hit on someone, you're actually getting rewarded for being accurate. I mean, it lacks the stopping power of the 870 with buckshot. I mean, there's no doubt about that. You will get hit markers from time to time. Often you will get very frustrated, but there's kills that I get with this that the 870 would never even think about getting. So that's why I do enjoy it. I do enjoy using this, and it just looks cool. I mean, there's something about the SPAS 12 that's always looked cool. I mean, look at the way he flips it over. He pulls that pump back. I like it. I like it a lot. And I do enjoy using it. It's one of my favorite setups right now. In fact, the SPAS 12 is my most used weapon. And I haven't been playing a lot of Battlefield 3. I mentioned in one of my past videos, I really went hog wild on playing it over the weekend when they had the double XP. I got all my service stars now. The only one I'm missing is the L96, which I consider the worst bolt action, and that's just personal preference. I play a little bit more aggressive with the snipers, and I found the L96 does not really fit that role very well. It's definitely not made for close in your face sniping. It's definitely a long range sniper, which that's how it is in real life too. The L96 is a very notoriously good long range sniper. So it does cycle the round quite slow, which really hurts you in terms of running around trying to play aggressively with it. So that's why it's been one of my lesser used rifles. But once I do get that service star, I will have a service star with every weapon on both console and PC, with over 200 kills with most of them on PC. So, that's kind of cool. I've always liked to kind of coin myself a master of all guns. That's why I like the Underused Weapons series so much. And I'm proud to say that I've accomplished that on both console and PC. So that's a big moment, pat myself on the back. But another thing that's been going on with me is lately I haven't been playing a lot because we've been in the process of moving to our new house, and we've got all that set up. We're getting internet installed today, and I'm getting that super fast, like 30 up, 10 or 30 up. I wish it was 30 up. I think it's like 15 up and 30 down. So it's going to be super fast. I mean, it does cost a pretty penny to have that fast, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Because moving is really frustrating, and I figured why don't I reward myself with some nice internet? Because when you have internet like that, there's nothing to really worry about connection wise. You always got that good ping, and it makes the Battlefield 3 experience much nicer, and it makes live streaming much easier. So that's something for you guys to look forward to. Been moving my stuff around, and I don't know if you guys have ever moved, but it's really frustrating to take everything out. I've always found it's easier to pack things up. I mean, some people might disagree with that, but to me, taking it out is it's just so frustrating. Like, I moved like 4 or 5 times when I was in college, and I got to the point where I would just leave some stuff in the boxes and just pull it out as I needed it, just because I didn't feel like taking it out, then having to put it back a month later. So I guess I could say I'm pretty much an expert at this point of moving stuff around. But look at those kills right there. I don't think the 870 could ever pull that off. There's no slam against the 870, but the SPAS 12 is just in a whole different ballpark in terms of long range, quick shots there with the flechette rounds. And I do love the flechette rounds. The thing I don't like about the 870 with flechette is it reloads much slower. I don't know why that is, but the flechette rounds reload slower on the 870. That's why I can never really get into the swing of using them. I didn't know that, actually. I actually looked it up in the stats. I don't know if that was something DICE added later in. I never really remembered that. I always noticed it, and I was like, wait, is this true? So I looked it up, and the 870 does indeed reload much slower in terms of the flechette round. So that's kind of weird. I would never really expect that, but this thing gets some mad crazy kills. If you haven't used this setup, I showed it off in the last showdown, the SPAS 12 versus the 870 MCS modular combat shotgun, which is one of the best shotguns of all time. It's stood the test of time. It's been used since like the 50s. I think it was developed in the late 40s. And I think the design of the thing has been around longer than that even. So needless to say, the 870 has gotten usage throughout the world for a very long time. But I don't know. I just like the Spas 12. I mean, I guess in terms of nostalgia, it doesn't really matter. It's more about how it performs in the game, and I think it outperforms the 870. I really do. That's not to say that I don't think the 870 is good. It does have its place. It is a better heavy hitter. The one thing about the 870 is it's much better with slugs, at least in my opinion. I know some guys like to run around with slugs. I don't personally do that. But the 870, if you want a sniper shotgun, that is definitely the one to go with because the bullet drop on with the slugs in the Spas 12 is very, very pronounced. It's very it's really hard to get on target sometimes because it only shoots 300 meters per second, which is I think that is the lowest in the game actually. Don't quote me on that, but I know most of the PDWs shoot above 300, like 333, 350, 370. So in terms of muzzle velocity, the Spas 12 has some of the lowest. So it's really hard to get some of those shots that you normally get with the 870 because you don't have to predict bullet drop or slug drop, I'll call it, as much with the 870. So that's why I do like the slugs on that better than the Spas 12. But try out the Spas 12. This thing is an animal. It just eats people's faces. Eats them for breakfast, and I do really, really enjoy using it. It's my most used weapon now, and considering that I have a lot of kills spread out all over the place, 500 kills with one weapon is a big deal for me because I use so many different weapons. But I will see you guys next time.